Okay, okay, okay. I am live. I am live. Well, I should be live. Hopefully, I am streaming. Am I streaming? Yes, I am. Um. Okay, I'm just checking everything, guys. This is the annoying part of it. Right. Um. Okay. Okay. I'm going to wait a few minutes until people come on. But as the title of this video states, I am going to talk about phones. I'm going to talk about a few different phones that are on the market just now because I'm hoping to buy one today. Probably today. I'll put an order in for one. Hopefully get it in a few days' time. So I'm going to wait till a few guys are watching, and then kind of take it from there. Right. I sorted. I really need to take away that advertisement. I didn't mean to set that up. Basically, when you start streaming on YouTube, they've got an option where you can kind of display an advertisement beforehand. I don't like doing that during the live stream, but it looks like it's did it anyway. I think I've incorrectly pressed the button. Right, okay. So what I'd like to do in this video is talk about phones. In theory, what I should have been doing today was an unboxing. That is what I wanted to do for you guys. I wanted to do an unboxing for you guys, but I wasn't able to do it because there's a problem with delivery and things like that, which has kind of sent me back to the drawing board. Hence this live stream. Right, okay. Are we good to go? Are we good to go? I think we are. Yes, I am. Right. This is the annoying thing about live streaming. It says that like 2 or 3 people are waiting, and then as soon as you start streaming, it says 0 or it jumps around. The feedback as far as who's watching live is always really slow. Okay. Right. So the story is, if I can jump over to my browser. So today what I wanted to do, what I was hoping to do, what I was planning to do was an unboxing of the Zenphone 6. I wanted to show you this phone. So if you're not aware of it, this is kind of a wild card phone this year, in that they've did something a little bit different. They've did something that none of the other phone companies are doing. And if I scroll down, you can see a lot of it's powerful, of course, 6GB of RAM, Snapdragon 855, which is like 30-40% more efficient than the 845. 6.4 inch screen. It's got a 5000 milliamp battery as well, and you can see there as well there's no camera on the front. There's no notch, there's no punch hole, there's nothing like that. And that is because if I scroll down here, the camera is there. So this is something that I'm surprised other companies haven't really followed suit with this. Instead of having cameras at the front and cameras at the back, what they've done is just put 2 really good cameras at the back. You can see there at the back there's a 48 megapixel Sony sensor and then a 13 megapixel ultra wide, and the camera just kind of spins round so that you can use it in selfie mode, and you can actually record and take photos anywhere between that range, that kind of 90% range, or 180 degrees range, and you can take videos, and there's a little benefit of doing that, as far as, for example, if you're taking a photo of your kids or at a party or something, you can track someone, and rather than move the phone around, the camera will actually move around and track that person. It kind of just follows that person around. So the actual camera itself is not the best. Some people are saying it's not as good as like the Samsung S10, etc. But the fact that you can use this camera at the front means that it's automatically pretty much the best selfie camera. In fact, DxO Mark, the mobile rating system, those guys actually say that this is the best selfie camera. And that's important for me because when I'm doing videos for YouTube, I hold my phone up like that, and it's the front camera that I'm using rather than the back camera. So that's it there. That's what I wanted to have today. So why don't I have it? I placed an order for this. I was going to order it from GearBest. It was like £525, but then the release date, the release price in the UK is going to be £500. But Asus have completely messed up the European launch, completely messed it up. But I did see Despite the fact it's not in the UK yet, I did see that it was on Amazon Germany for about £510. So I ordered about a week ago, 9th of June. And yeah, I'm going to show you this in a second. Basically, today it should have been arriving. This morning, the Amazon update, the kind of status update, said that it was going to arrive today by 8 p.m. And then all of a sudden, it told me this. Yes, now it is arriving in September. So very annoyed with Amazon because basically they kept telling me, yeah, it's coming in a few days, it's coming in a few days. I noticed that it hadn't been updated, it hadn't been dispatched, but it kept saying it's going to be there today within 20 hours. Then it said by 8 p.m. tonight. And then they've said it's not coming. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. 3 months later, it's ridiculous that they can do that. The annoying thing is because this is the annoying thing. I ordered a case for it from Amazon Germany as well, and I've tried to cancel it, but they say they've sent it, so I'm going to get a case coming for a phone that I'm not going to be able to use. I'm not going to have. So in this live stream, what I'm hoping to do is just talk about some of the phones that I'm looking at instead. The reason I'm not rushed to get one. I don't have to get one. I've got a lot of action cameras and other cameras that I can take, but I'm going to a conference next weekend. And a conference is a good excuse for me to get a new phone because it gives me 3 or 4 days to test it, take lots of photos, take lots of videos. You know, normally I'm in the house, I'm writing or I'm doing other things. I don't get a chance to get out and take a lot of photos. This is a perfect opportunity to record videos, take lots of photos and get to know the phone. So it was a good excuse, yeah, and it's kind of time for renewing my phone anyway. Hey Hugh, the S10 is definitely one that I'm looking at. So basically what I'm looking at today is some phones to buy instead. And I've been looking at some phones on Hot UK Deals, and it's kind of good timing in a way because there's a deal on eBay today where you get like 10% off. So I might be a little bit lucky. So I just want to scroll down and look at some of the phones and then talk a little bit about some of the phones and then kind of investigate these phones a little bit more. So, you know, these are, that's a cheap phone. Huawei P30, I'm not looking for a contract. The new OnePlus phone is lightning quick. Yes, I've seen some reviews of the OnePlus. I don't know. I mean, I was probably leaning towards other phones if I'm honest. This is this one here, the Honor View 20. So this is a Huawei phone. I guess that raises some questions as far as updates go because of what's been happening with Huawei and all that kind of thing. The camera isn't very good. I think that the camera is very good, but maybe not as good as the Samsung S10. I mean, this is a problem with tech reviews in general, I would say. For example, say you get a brand new phone. A Samsung phone is maybe the best example of this. The Samsung S line phones are normally one of the top 3 phones of the year when it comes to cameras. Sometimes the first, sometimes the second. Some people always think they're the best. And you know what? A lot of this is subjective as well. But how it compares, phone reviewers have to kind of analyze things and then compare them to other phones on the market today. So, for example, one company might say the S9 is the best phone of the year. And then the next year, they might review something else, like the Mi 9 or something like that. And they say, the camera's subpar, it's not as good as it should be. But what they're not telling you is that camera is probably better than the best phone of the previous generation. It's just not as good as the best of that generation, if that makes sense. I'm maybe kind of rambling on a little bit, but the point is that it's kind of the job of a lot of these reviewers to nitpick. One of the problems I have with a lot of tech reviewers is they don't talk about price. And they'll talk about a £900 phone and then compare it to a £300 phone and say the camera is so much better than this one without talking about the fact that the phone is 3 times the price. So, I'm not scared to spend money. I've spent tens of thousands of the last few years on tech, but I try and get bargains wherever I can. I'm trying to get something that's value, and anything over £300 in the UK, or $300, €350, €400, anything over that, it's kind of the law of diminishing returns as far as what you get back for your money. So this is the Honor View 20, right? So I'm going to examine this a little bit. It says 369 there, but of course there's a 10% discount that brings it down to this 332 mark. And I've had a look at this before, right? So I'm going to bring up the specs. I'll do a search for it. But I know already at the back, you've got, I think it's a 48 megapixel sensor is the main sensor. Maybe if it's a 12 or a 16 with it. At the front, there's a 25 megapixel sensor. Now, of course, telling you the megapixels doesn't tell you anything really other than what you can blow a picture up to. Where's the actual, why is it not bringing up the actual official page? That's kind of weird why. Okay, I'm using Tor browser just now, not because I want to use Tor browser, but because OBS, for whatever reason, OBS is not showing Firefox today. It's not actually displaying the browser. And I checked Edge and Chrome as well, and for some reason Tor browser is the only one I got to work with OBS so that I can show you guys. So this is the Honor View 20 for £332. And I do apologise to anyone in Europe, anyone in the USA who's watching this. I'm just going to stick to pounds from the rest of this because I haven't been looking at dollar prices. Whenever I look at dollar prices as well, it's normally when I'm importing it from China. So here we go. Announced December 2018. Now, it says it's announced then, and it says release then. It's only actually been coming out in the UK like right now. So it was announced months ago. I'm not sure what regions it came out, but it's only like basically the last week that this has come out. 6.4 inch screen, 48 megapixels, can do 4K, 8GB of RAM. It's got the Kirin 980, which if you've got, I think that's the same one in the Samsung, some Samsung models. It's definitely in the Huawei phone. 4000 milliamp battery as well. Let's go down and see what else is here. LCD screen, so it's not AMOLED, which doesn't bother me if I'm honest. Card slot, no, but you can get it in 256 or 128GB, which should be enough for most people. Samsung are doing a trade-in, and you can get £100 off the Samsung S10. I think that's not a good deal, if I'm honest. I would rather sell the phone privately and get a lot more money for it. You could probably sell it to CEX or something and get more money as well. The main camera, 4K at 30 frames per second at the back, 1080p 30 frames per second at the front, but it has got a headphone jack as well. So I'm kind of just skimming over some of the specs here, and I know this doesn't tell you the full picture either. You know, it really doesn't. I'll see if I can find the website for this. Maybe it'll tell you a little bit more information about this. But the Honor View phone is basically got a flagship CPU, but they've kind of cut some corners when compared to the Huawei P30 and the P30 Pro. So it kind of makes sense. Honor is Huawei's kind of budget range, and they do offer, you know, this range offers great value for money, absolutely fantastic value for money. But they need to kind of cut down certain things and maybe make things a little bit subpar compared to the other phones. They can't affect their own sales. They can't negatively affect their own sales by offering something that's better at a lower price point. Okay. I am in a weird different language. How have I managed to get onto this website? Oh, France. No, we don't want France. Now, I've had a look at this phone, but I'll be honest, this isn't the one that I'm looking at. This isn't the one that I'm hoping to get. Oh, it's because I'm using Tor. God damn it. Right, I need to change this. I'm not in France. I'm in the UK. Let's change it to the UK. Don't change it back. You sometimes get problems when you use a browser like Tor because you'll say, no, I'm in the UK, and then, you know, they'll detect that you're in another country, and they'll keep kind of sending in a kind of redirection loop. So, right. What you're saying though, Hugh, I'm definitely looking at the Samsung S10. There's a couple of bargains as far as refurbished and conditioned, like reconditioned ones, refurbished ones. Right, okay, so yeah, this is what I was saying. It's 48 megapixels 3D camera system. I mean, I don't know what the benefit of that is. This looks like a great phone for the money. What's put me off against using this one or buying this one, is that the Mi 9, and I'll show you this in a few minutes, but the Mi 9 is also available at this price point. You know, it's available for like £320 or so, next day delivery, brand new as well in the UK. It's about the same price if you order from China, but it will take longer. The person selling it on eBay in the UK is obviously just reselling it. I would say the Mi 9 is a better phone than this one. But, you know, some people might disagree. But yeah, this does look like a good phone. I don't think I would do any wrong with buying this phone, but there's certainly, you know, it's not top of my shopping list if I'm honest. It definitely looks like great value for money though. So if you're in the UK and you want to go in and just buy a phone, you're not looking to buy second hand, you're not looking to import, you're not looking to buy anything off of eBay, you just want to walk into a shop such as Carphone Warehouse, then I don't think you can do anything, you know, I don't think you'll be doing anything wrong by buying this. This is a good phone, and it's certainly good enough to last you over the next year. But yes, it's not top of the list for me. Headphone jack. The thing is, you're buying a cheap phone every year for like £400, but I've had my S8 for like 3 years, and I don't feel the need to upgrade. Yes, but you have to remember, Hugh, I also use my phone a lot. I do a lot of videos, especially with my other channel, using the front camera for YouTube. So this isn't just a phone to me. This is also the device that I have with me most of the time, or all the time, and it's the phone, the device that has the camera that I use quite a lot. So if I'm away at a conference, if I'm on holiday, if I'm doing anything and I want to take a video, then quite frankly, I don't want to use a 2-year-old phone when there's phones out there that can do so much better. That's why I was leaning towards the Asus Zenphone 6, because it would have allowed me to do front selfie kind of videos at 4K at 60 frames per second, which is unbelievable. No other phone can touch that, you know, as far as matching it 4K 60 frames per second from the front camera. But alas, I didn't get it, and it's very annoying. I was really pissed off when I saw that today, actually. Anyway, let's scroll down, Hot UK deals, and see what else is there. Okay, so there's the Zenphone 6. So this is another option. The Zenphone 6, I paid about £505 from Amazon Germany, or 510 or so. It was like €530. It's come down in price, but if you look on GearBest, they're not actually going to ship it until the end of the month, like 29th of June or something like that, which means that you're not going to get it possibly the first week of July, possibly the second week of July. Possibly the website won't load. You have no permission to access this. So, right, so this is something to do with Tor browser more than anything else, I think. Tor enabled. New identity. Let's try a new identity. Let's see if I can do a new identity. I think it's the location there. This is why I don't like using Tor browser when I'm doing a live stream, because you do run into problems like that. You do run into problems with so much as that you know, Tor browser will say, you know, it's a VPN kind of browser, and it'll say that you're in, God knows, Azerbaijan or something like that. But let's see if I can do this better. Let's see if it loads up GearBest if I'm from a different region. If not, then goodbye GearBest. I won't be checking that. But the point is, yes, GearBest, I could get the Zenphone, and if I could get the Zenphone 6 today, I would take that over the Samsung S10, over the Mi 9 or any other phone like that. And it's not because I think it is a better phone. Okay, GearBest isn't loading. It's not because I think it's a better phone. I just think that because I can use the back camera at the front, it is a much better solution. Okay, GearBest isn't playing nice with Tor, so I can't show you that. But I can show you Hot UK deals. Yeah. So you can see it there, £424. So that, I think that's a fantastic price for this phone. I think so. Go away. The problem with this is I would not get this for another 3 or 4 weeks, and that's annoying because, again, as I said, I'm going to a conference next week, but it's also annoying because by that time, maybe Asus, maybe they will have released the Asus Zenphone 6 in the UK, I don't know. Asus have completely messed up the launch of this phone, by the way. I'll just point that out. What they did was they started accepting pre-orders for this in May, and they started marketing it to people in the UK and said, you know, this phone is coming. And then it didn't arrive, and it's still not there. It's the same as, you know, you can't get it across Europe. But they've kind of messed up a little bit. They came out with some excuse. There was a news story where someone from Asus or Asus, or and I keep saying Asus, but it's Asus or Asus or Asus. But someone from them said that it was because of Brexit, which is a complete lie because they've got the same problem across Europe. But yes, this is the phone I want, but I cannot get it. And it looks like it could be another month or so before it's actually out in the UK. Could be tomorrow, but chances are it's going to be another month or so. I don't know why. They've messed up the stock. They've obviously, yeah, they've messed it up completely. Something's happened with the batch, I suspect. So I can't get it. Oh dear. Okay, so you've got the Mi 9 there in GearBest, but someone had posted it today. This one. Now this is a very, very good deal. Very good deal. There's actually two good deals here. So hopefully I'm not going to get any problems with eBay here. Load up. Okay, right. So the Samsung one which loaded there, that's actually second hand. It's refurbished, so you don't get the original box and all that. You get, you know, like their crappy cable which doesn't charge at the full rate and all that, but it's not a problem. I've got enough cables. So I think this is a really good deal. So this is the S9, the Mi 9 SE, but again, 10% off. It drops it down to £242.99, £243. So £243 for the 9 SE and £323 for the Mi 9. Now, the reason that is a good deal is because where is, oh, in fact, they've got a link. I'll load that up as well. They've got a link to the full somewhere. Where's the link to the full S? There is a link somewhere. Maybe he's posted it as a comment. There's a link to the full S9 somewhere here. Where? Oh, there it is. Is that it? Yep. Is that it? I'm not sure. No. I don't know why that's. Okay, I need to check that guy's website. That's a really good price because right now that's the cost of the Mi 9 if you import it from China. So the person that's selling this, it is a Chinese like phone as far as, you know, you're not getting the UK European version. You're getting the version that someone has imported from China and they're selling it for, you know, profit for a margin. I can't find. This is what I'm trying to do just now. I'm kind of off track, but what I'm trying to do is find the link to the full. Is that it? Yeah, that's it there. I found it eventually. So you've got the S9 and the S9 SE, and again 360, but the price will be 10% off, £323. It says there. So yeah, 0 available. Okay. That's not an option. 0 available. So that's sold out. But that was a fantastic deal. Absolutely fantastic deal because the Mi 9 there has got the Snapdragon 855. The same Snapdragon 855 that's in phones that are like £600. It's got a pretty good rating as far as the camera goes. Not top of the line, but again, for the price, it's amazing. It's certainly better than the Honor View 10, I would say, or 20. Have you seen the lower end Samsung phones? Which one are you talking about? Which one? Hugh, this is hopefully going to be a daily driver, not just a review. Not just a review unit. It's very, you know, from my point of view, it's very hard with things. I try and only buy things that I'm going to use because it's very expensive, YouTube, actually, like buying things and doing the videos and then selling them. But I've not been doing as many videos either because I've just not got the time, and because YouTube makes next to no money. YouTube loses me money. I do this because I enjoy it. It's not a business venture as yet. I try and treat it like a business sometimes, you know, the way that I try and operate it all. But YouTube is not profitable unless you get to the, you know, the kind of hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers, which I'm not at. Okay, this is a phone that I was looking at. I would have liked to have actually had the option of buying that today. Again, it's not showing me. I don't know why the Tor browser doesn't, or DuckDuckGo. I don't know why it doesn't show you the the main website. See if I can do that just through google.com. Wonder what country it's going to direct me to. Galaxy A range. Right, okay. Well, I'll kind of jump back then, because there's a Galaxy S10 and S10 Plus, refurbished, of course, like pristine, refurbished. And it's not too bad a price, so what's that? Knock £52 off of that as well. So you're talking about the 470 range, 468 or something for that, for the 128GB version. I think for the Samsung Galaxy S10, that's quite a good price, even with it being refurbished, because it's got one of the best cameras out there. Perhaps, so far the best camera of the year. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether it would be worth getting the S10 Plus. I think it's a little bit too expensive, the S10 Plus. I think so anyway. I don't even know which country this has got me at. Look, it's crazy the results you get when you say it's from another country. What's this, Dutch or something? I don't know. So there's the Mi 9, right? So this was actually the phone I was, like a month ago, I was ready to buy this until I saw the announcement of the Zenphone 6. In hindsight, I should have just bought it. I think I should have just bought this about a month ago. Looking at the specs here, 6.4 inch screen, 48 megapixel camera in the back, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Although I think most of the versions I saw were actually 6 gigabyte. 20 megapixel selfie camera in the front. It can do 4K at 60 frames per second. This ticked a lot of boxes for me. It didn't have 4K at the front or 60 frames per second at the front, but for the price, for what you're getting phone-wise, this is going to have the same chipset, the same CPU, the same amount of RAM as this year's Google Pixel, which will be released at the £900 mark. So you're paying like a third of the cost of a Google phone and getting the same performance. But the camera's not as good, but it's certainly no slouch. It's got very good reviews for the camera. But doesn't seem to be an option now, seeing as this is sold out. The SE camera's pretty good as well, though. This one's quite good. So you could get that for like 243. It's basically a mid-range processor and all that. This one's got, the Snapdragon 712. But the good thing about that is that you would get better battery life. So we get better battery life. And the phone is actually quite impressive on this. You can see there it's got the 48 and then 13 and 8 on the rear, and then 20 megapixel on the front. For all accounts, the camera on this is just about as good as the one on the S9. Hey Ed, good to see you, mate. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know whether I would go down that route, but the question comes up as well. If I can get the Mi 9 SE, would I go for the Mi 9 SE, or would I go for something like the Google Pixel 3a, which I could probably pick up for 300? But then at 300, you're like, well, why don't I just get a top of the range one, not buy a mid-range CPU? Decisions. The S10 Plus, though, I like the look of the S10 Plus and the larger battery, etc. But if I can find it here, in fact, I need to search for that. I'll search for this on Hot UK Deals. Someone posted a deal about this. I want to show you the prices here. The A350. There's a 305. Samsung. Someone posted. Where is it? Someone posted a Samsung. Right, I think. No, that's not it. I should have just. In fact, what we'll do is Samsung S10. Be a little bit more specific. So that's Ego, right? So this is the one I'm talking about. So you can get 10% off with this price win thing. Oh, so you get. I didn't know that actually. That actually changes it a little bit. It says here you get 10% off Envirophone plus 10% off eBay code. So I don't know how you get the Envirophone deal. I don't know how that works. Let's check it out. So the Mi 9 is an option. The Mi 9 SE is an option for me. I'm actually hoping to place an order today. Right, I'll look at that just now. Here. It was the A50. The A50. The problem, access denied. This is because I'm using Tor browser again. Apologize. What I would have to do is switch to. This is why OBS messed me up today. It messed me up with Firefox not working. Access denied again. How annoying is that? They're denying me because I'm in some bizarre country. Can I see if I can get around this? See if I can do this. Nope. I can't do it. What I'll maybe try and do. Right. Okay, this is unorthodox, but see if this works. Boom. So you can see my actual desktop now. But this is the only way for me to show you any websites that are denied because of OBS. Hey, Simon. I'll get back to that comment. That's a very good point, Simon. I'll go back to you in 2 seconds. So this is the Galaxy A50. I want to see the specs. Okay, let's see what we're talking here. Super AMOLED display, that's good. 128. All right, show me all the specs. I want to see the actual specs here. See this? This is one of my pet hates. This is one of my pet hates with tech websites. This is from the Apple world of branding and selling things. CPU type octa-core. I want to know which CPU it is. What CPU is this? Because you can get terribly slow CPUs which are hexa-core and octa-core. It doesn't really tell you the full story. So you need to kind of go to GSM Arena to see what the actual... Right, what are the specs here? The specs are... What's the CPU? Tell me the CPU. See, there it's there. Xenos 9610. I think that's like a mid-level. So that's like a mid-level CPU, isn't it? 25, 8 and 5 megapixels in the back, 25 in the front. Decent spec. The only thing is, you know, the price of this. The problem I have with Samsung phones, I mean, you can look at it here, £300, £200 from China, right enough, £206, that's a better deal. But within the UK, I would have to pay about £300. This is one of the problems, I would say. You know, I do like the Samsung S line. I do like the Samsung range of phones. I've always found that their mid-range phones are overpriced because they price their mid-range phones, i.e. mid-range Xenos, whatever that was, or Snapdragon 7 series or 6 series. They always price them higher than something than a Mi 9. So if I'm going to pay £300, I would rather get a Nona View 20 or a Mi 9 than something like the A50 because, yeah... Specifications wise, anyway, that is just not as good. That's the way that I look at it. Sorry, I'll catch up with the comments here. I'm a little bit behind. I went off on a tangent. So Simon's saying they got the Mi 9 Transparent Edition and has been loving it. Have you thought about the Xiaomi Redmi K20 Pro? My friend has got he's buying the, which one is it? I think it's maybe the Redmi Note 7 or something he's getting. He's going to let me check it out when he gets it. But again, it's been delayed from China. It should have arrived by now. The Redmi K20 Pro looks amazing. In fact, I've got the Pocophone F1, guys, right? So there's a Pocophone F1. In fact, I'll take out the case. You can see the fantastic Pocophone branding. All the rumours are just now are that the K20 Pro is going to be kind of changed a little bit, but pretty much just kind of cosmetically changed and rebranded as the Pocophone F2. So the phone that Simon is talking about could be the K20 Pro, essentially. You can also get £150 discount on the A3. I'm not going to do any kind of trade-in. This is going to my mum, and then my dad's getting my mum's old phone. No need to apologise. Look. Yeah, Hugh. Samsung normally use their own CPUs, which makes sense because given the size of the company and the fact that they do make their own chips and all that. Luke says it's me on your Twitter. I didn't realise you'd sent a message on Twitter because that's the thing when I'm streaming I don't really. Oh, sorry, I thought you meant you'd sent a message there. Honor phones do not have Super AMOLED screens, just HD. No, I'm not talking about the 5G. By all accounts, the Samsung S10 Plus 5G and all that is going to be stupidly expensive, like over £1,000. It's going to be larger as well, from what I've read. I believe so, anyway. Yeah, so I wouldn't buy that. I wouldn't buy a Samsung phone brand new simply because of the price of them, to be honest. Right, what was I looking at? I was looking at something before I got kind of derailed. What was I talking about? So yeah, this is what I was looking at before. Someone here, I don't know what, so there's no comments here, which is a little bit annoying because it would have been good to hear what other people said about this. I'm going to give him, I'm not signed in. I was going to give him some love there, but he says 15%. So he says 10% off Envirophone and 10% off eBay code. So the eBay code is price win. I'm not sure what the 10% off Envirophone thing, I don't know what he's referring to there. So this is the plus version, right? And I can get this one for like $470, I think I said, was it $468? So I can get that one for about $465, $470, once the 10% comes off. So I could get that one, the S10. Now the S10 Plus is basically the main difference. It's got a bigger battery, the S10 Plus. I think it is like 4,000 versus 3,400. And at the front, the back camera is the same, but at the front, you've got like an extra 8 megapixel sensor. So there's 2 cameras at the front instead of 1. But this is the thing, guys. You can look at megapixels, you can look at specifications and all that. But when you actually look at the photos and you look at the videos of both phones, there's not a ton of difference really between them. This is the thing, I talk about specifications a lot, and whenever I'm talking about a new phone, I'll talk about the specs, but sometimes you get lost in the specs because sometimes there's not a big difference. I'm a big fan of the idea of buying a mid-range phone with like a flagship camera. I think that makes sense, but the problem I've got with, say, something like the Google Pixel 3a is that it's coming out at a price point where I could buy a flagship phone. So it kind of takes away the whole point of buying, a mid-range phone when you're paying more for something that gives you less performance. All right, Luke sent an Australia link about the NBN. What's the NBN? All right, okay. Was that a while ago? Oh, right, I do remember that, Luke. I do remember that. Was that the one with the politician? With the 5G network? I remember we talked about this, Luke. Sorry. I was daydreaming. I appreciate you guys like a live stream. I would like to do live streams more often. It's one of the reasons, I'll be honest, one of the reasons I've not been doing live streams on this channel is because the last couple of streams, people weren't logging in. And if people aren't logging in, the live stream isn't as enjoyable. I really do kind of bounce back and forward with people that are watching. But it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I don't do live streams, people don't hit the bell icon, they don't get notified of live streams, then they don't watch. So yeah, it's my own fault. I'm not blaming anyone. The S10 Plus here, though, this would probably be, out of all the phones, as I said earlier, for anyone that didn't tune in, the Zenphone 6 is the phone I'd really like, simply because of that camera that can be brought round to the front. I can record at 4K at 60 frames per second. But this would probably be the other one that I'd really like, the S10 Plus. Now you can see here it's got what's it saying here? All phones come with free postage. 12-month warranty, and free accessories, including a charging cable. See this? You're buying a second-hand phone, right, for like £600, and they say that postage is free, a charging cable is free. It's not free. You're paying £600 and £700. Let's get this idea of free out the window. This isn't free. Certainly when they're taking away an official Samsung cable and just giving you one of those. I did this before when I bought from a few other companies, and they'll sell you the phone and they'll give you some really bad, third-party USB cable that doesn't even charge remotely close to what you should be getting. So you've got like Quick Charge 3 or Quick Charge 4, and you can't charge it because the cable you've got is worthless. Anyway, I'm going off on another tangent. The problem with this as well, I looked at this earlier. I kind of need to go backwards. So I need unlocked. I'll go for 128 because the other ones will be expensive. Prism White. Grade, pristine. Jumps up to 709. 709. 10% off of that. So we're talking there about 640. 640. And, you compare it to that at, 470? That's a big difference. That is a huge difference. Another thing as well, again, 640, you're talking twice the price of a Mi 9. And it's a better phone, but it's not twice as good. It's not twice as good. What was that UK company? I honestly bought about 5 or 6 phones from them back in the day. About 5 years ago. Alright, Evo, good to see you, mate. What was that mobile phone recycling company? Are they still around in the UK? I honestly bought about 5 or 6 phones from them. I'm going to have to Google that now. What is the name of that company? I forgot them. It's not Music Magpie. It's not Envirophone. Mazuma, no, it's not Mazuma. I don't even know if they're still around. I bought from them 4 or 5 times. Is it mobile phone store or something like that? Was it? Oh, I've lost it. They're maybe not there anymore. UK phone. I actually did videos. I wrote some articles about this website years ago as well, but I can't. Is this it? I think this is I think this is it. They've changed their website design. That's what's maybe thrown me off. Smartphone store. That's what I was thinking of. Smartphone store. Don't be denied. Right. So, order before 2 p.m. Monday, delivery Tuesday. Right. These guys used to be quite good. I bought a couple of phones from these guys, as I said, about 5 years ago or so. They've changed the website design here, but they were quite good. I bought the HTC 8 from them. I bought a Samsung, I think it was a Samsung Note. It might have been the Note 3, actually. That's how far back we're going. The Note, so that's like 6-7 years. I bought the Samsung Note, but I'd bought it unlocked, and they sent one which was locked to a network. But to their credit, they paid for delivery back. They refunded the full amount and all that. And, the service and all that was really good. 6-7 years since I bought phones from them, and I must have spent a couple of grand with them actually, because I bought about 6 phones with them. I bought one from my ex-girlfriend, I bought 2 or 3 for myself. 6 years is enough time for good support for a company to go bad, but I always remember enjoying their service, put it that way. No phone is worth £1,000. Yeah, it was a couple of phones. I'd bought a Nokia phone at the time. It was one of those ones with like the 50 megapixel cameras, or 40, and which was huge at the time when other phones had like 12 megapixel cameras. I'll see what phones they've got. Let's have a look, right? Let's go down a rabbit hole here. Let's go down a rabbit hole and see if this company does have any good phones, right? Can I select Android? Is that an option? Probably not. Right, high to low. So they've got the iPhone XS Max, iPhone XR. iPhone XS. So look, there's the S10 at 500, S10 Plus from 560. That's actually tempting, because if if that's in good condition, what you have to remember as well, if you buy a phone from a company like this and the phone has only been out for like 3 or 4 months, the battery should, the battery health should actually be pretty good. Evo, have I talked about the jammies already? Yeah, I was talking about the Mi 9. I'll bring this up now just for the benefit of Evo. I was talking about the Mi 9. If I bring this up. So the reason I brought it up is there's 10% off on eBay today. You can get the Mi 9 for $323 and the Mi 9 SE for $243. The Mi 9, no, is sold out. Unfortunately, it's sold out, because that's a very good price. That's what you'd be paying from eGlobal or Toby Deals or GearBest or AliExpress. But the SE is actually quite a good option. It's a mid-range CPU, so think of it as a cheaper version of the 3A, as the Google Pixel 3A, because you get a mid-range CPU, but the camera on it is the same as the Mi 9 pretty much, give or take. There's a few differences. I saw one article saying that the Mi 9 SE actually produced better photos in some situations. They got it for 540. Right, okay. The problem I've got, well, the reason I'm looking at UK stores is if I could wait a few weeks, I would buy the Zenphone 6 or the Asus 6. It's only I don't know if you missed this, Simon. The Zenphone is only 424 from GearBest today. It's only 424 from GearBest, but the problem is it's not going to be available. It ships like 29th of June, which means I wouldn't get it for realistically at least 3 or 4 weeks, maybe a month. It'll probably be a month until I got it. And I want a new phone. As I said, I'm going to a conference next week. For anyone that missed the start of the video, I should have been doing an unboxing today of the Asus Zenphone S6. I talked about this earlier. I was supposed to do an unboxing of the Asus Zenphone 6 today. I checked my phone this morning at the gym and it was saying it's coming today by 8 p.m. And then all of a sudden it told me, no, your Zenphone 6 is coming on 13th of September. So yes, apparently 3 months is an acceptable delay for Amazon Germany. And I'd ordered a case from them as well. Yeah, who was it? Was it Simon that brought up the K20 Pro? The K20 Pro, from what people are saying, is going to be rebranded as the F2, the Pocophone F2. But the K20 sounds great. I'll maybe check into that in a second. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the live stream, I can do more videos like this. This actually suits me sometimes, because a lot of the time, you're trying to cover a lot of subjects and trying to squeeze them into 5-minute videos, and I do like the back and forth, especially when you guys obviously bring up things that I didn't know about, as far as phones that are out that I hadn't thought of, etc. So I should try and do live streams more often. I would think that, just go back to this website. I mean, XS Max, what is that one? Is that just the big version? I can't even remember which one that is. That's the one that's like $1,000, isn't it? I don't know if I'd want to go back to Apple. I'll see what the prices are here. XS Max. So, let me see. Network unlocked. 569. The price goes up to 620 because they only have the larger version. I suppose I could have... How'd you clear this? Reset. Nothing. So, yeah, this seems to be the problem, that they've only got one, and it's a grade C. I'm not buying a grade C for 620. That is ridiculous. 6-month warranty. Yeah, that's not a great deal. You would still probably get the remainder of the official Samsung warranty, but yeah, that's not great. XS Max. God only knows what Apple charges for their phone. Apple's pricing is just insane. Just insane. There's the XS there. No, I don't have a phone to trade in. XS Max. XS Max. Look at these prices. I'm curious now as to what they actually charge for this. Look at those prices. That is insane. That is insane. That is insane. And this was the phone that came out last September? Something about like that, isn't it? Last September or something it came out. Unlocked. 64 is too little when there's no memory card slot. So you're talking £850 for a grade. For £750 for a grade C with 64GB and no micro SD card slot. No thank you. And this phone, you know, this phone could be like 9 months old, as in the battery health would be 9 months old. So for a 3000 milliamp battery, it's the effective battery life might be down to like 2200. That's an insane price. Insane. I'm curious. In fact, what I want to check though, I'm curious as to whether they've got any other kind of less popular brands. They don't do any kind of less, you know, an idea here. They've got Google phones, but what have they got HTC wise? Who I shouldn't really go back to after their updates were so bad. Xperia 1. I've not actually looked into that too much. Sony, in my opinion, Sony's phones have been off the mark for a while as far as the design goes. They've always been kind of big and boxy. Xperia 1. Okay, released June 2019. Yeah, it's a Snapdragon 855. Oh, I did look at this one day. Not sure about the camera. Selfie camera. See, this is the one area I want them to improve. I want this to go to 4K at 30 or at least 1080p at 60 frames per second. The only one, I think, the Samsung has got 4K at 30 at the front. And obviously the Zenphone has got 4K at 60 because the camera moves around. What's the going rate for this? These Sony phones aren't always the cheapest though, are they? Is it out yet? Is this one out yet? Curious as to whether that one is out yet. I'm going to look at the K20. What's the best way to look at it? Right. I'm going to make an assumption that this is not the correct phone. LG K20. No, that's not it. I'll find the right one just now. DuckDuckGo is slow. Right. So here is the K20 Pro. So there's a lot of noise about this phone. A lot of noise. A lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people want this phone. I mean, just look at these specs here. Snapdragon 855, 8GB of RAM, 4000 milliamp battery. You can see this little pop-out camera there as well. There it's there. It's quite a cool idea. It's funny how they're all doing different things, you know, the notch, the punch hole, the Zenphone flippy camera. You've got this one. This could be the Pocophone F2. It could be. And then you can see the specs there. 4K up to 60 frames per second. 48, 8 and 13 megapixel sensors on the back and a 20 megapixel sensor on the front. 3.5mm headphone jack as well. €350. That's the most important thing there. Look at that price for what you're getting there. Look at that price. That is amazing. So you're talking £300 to get those specs. That's amazing. And just go back to what people are paying on smartphone store for an iPhone which is 9 months old with terrible battery life, and they're still paying £750 for a grade C. You need your head examined when these phones are available for £300 now. Yeah. This isn't. I've not seen this one available yet though, because I remember looking at this one on, was it Giz China? I think I was looking at it. I don't remember this being available anywhere yet. I don't think it is. I think we're. See, this is saying, it says on the website here that it's June 2019, but I don't think it is coming out in June. I think this is coming out in July. I think this is, like July 2019 that this one's coming out. In fact, hold on, I'll try and bring this up in Apple or a piss take. Yes. I'm not an Apple hater. I like Apple phones. I think the phones they do are lovely. The cameras are always amazing. They're always well designed. People talk about preferring Android or preferring Apple and things like that, but this isn't like 2000 and whatever. When was the first iPhone? 2008 or something. You move things around. They're the same, really. Android is copied so much from iOS. iOS is copied so much from Android that we're at the point where it isn't too much of a drastic change to go from one system to the other. Oh, this does look like it's actually right. I didn't know this was like I'd be struggling to get this in time, obviously in the UK, but what I need to do, sorry, I need to show you this. So they've got this in eGlobal. I don't know, is this the one you were talking about, Simon? Or were you talking about something else? International version, in stock, £320. The Xiaomi Mi 9T, Redmi K20. Oh, this is, yeah. So this is a Snapdragon 730 model, but the cameras and all that is the same. This is the confusing thing, because you've got the K20 with the Snapdragon, and then you've got the K20 Pro, which has got the Snapdragon 855. So this has got the 7 series one, kind of like a 3A. But the cameras are the same, aren't they, Evo? The cameras are the same. It looks like the specs are the same there. But again, at that price, you could get the Mi 9. So I don't know. I would lean more towards the Mi 9 in that regard. Say asks, opinion, what's going on with Huawei? I don't know. I mean, the cynical side of me said that this is just a tit for tat political thing, that Trump and China and America are kind of going at it as far as trade tariffs go. We've seen a lot of things in the UK about this as well, as far as Huawei spying and things like that. But how many times have we caught Google and other companies spying on us, and no one seems to care about that? So whether there's a guy in China spying on me or whether there's a guy in America spying on me, what is the difference really at this point? But as far as what's happening, I guess the bigger concern is that you're not going to get Android updates. But I think that long term that will hurt Android more than it will hurt Huawei. I think in the short term it will hurt Huawei, but in the long term it kind of negatively affects Android and the Google ecosystem in a way, because the fact is Huawei, Samsung are the biggest phone company in the world. Huawei are second, Apple are third. Huawei have taken that number 2 position, and they're big enough and they've got enough cash reserves to develop their own operating system. Thanks, eh? I think that Huawei have got enough money to, they'll develop and fork Android and develop a different iOS or one that's adaptable to it, or do their own updates. And what that means is that Google aren't going to get money through, they're not going to be supported, and they can send people to their own apps and services. And I don't think we're going to go back to fragmentation. I don't think we're going to go back to the way that it was in the 2000s. I mean, anyone who's not 12 years old will remember what it was like then. You bought a Sony, and then you got the Sony App Store, and then you bought a BlackBerry, and it was like BlackBerry apps, and it was like they wanted £3 for a calculator and all that. I don't think we're going to go back to that. And we saw even with Amazon. I mean, look at the size of Amazon though. Amazon, one of the biggest companies in the world. I don't even know. They might even be the biggest right now. And remember their Fire phones a few years ago? Even them, and you can see it in their Fire tablets now, you have to sideload Android apps, and then there's not an official YouTube app. It's the same on the Fire Stick and all that. So I don't know, but if I saw a Huawei P30 Pro for a good price, I would buy it. I wouldn't have any problems with it. The Oppo Reno 10 times zoom. Where did you see that, Simon? As far as where did you buy that? I looked at the Reno one day. I saw that. I don't know if it was a post on AV forums or Hot UK Deals, but I remember seeing it. Let's see if I can bring up some information about this. Right. See if I can find some info. Let's go down the rabbit hole here. I'll clear up the screen. It's weird. I find it weird how Tor browser and DuckDuckGo don't recommend the actual homepage of the company. So this is the Reno. It's a mid-range phone. Snapdragon 710, which is good battery life. 48 and 5 megapixel sensors at the back, and a motorized 16 megapixel camera at the front. Oh yeah, I remember this one is kind of the wedge at the front. So this has got like a pop-up camera, but there must be one that shows you it here. Well, there isn't. That's a bit weird. You can kind of see it at the top. The camera kind of comes up at an angle. It's kind of weird how the kind of mid-range CPUs are now being put with top-level CPUs. You're getting the Snapdragon 7 series ones with 8 gigabytes of RAM and larger batteries. So where did you say this was? Where did you say this one was available? Do I do YouTube full time? No, because I would be broke if I did. I would be bankrupt. I do try and do videos every week though, when I can. I go through spells of doing lots of videos, sometimes videos every day, and then I need to kind of go back to work and save some money to buy equipment and things like that. It's a grind. You know, this is the thing. At the start, especially for a tech channel, if you start a different kind of YouTube channel, it's different, but for a tech channel, there's a lot of money that has to go in investment, certainly at the beginning of your channel. But you want to get to a point where you know, companies will support you as far as sending you phones and all that. But even then, I mean, if is it you, Evo, that always, I mean, I think it was Evo that always recommends Tech Tablets. Tech Tablets is a fantastic YouTube channel. The guy that runs it's a really nice guy. He's good on social media as well, and he's got like a quarter million subscribers. But even at that stage, 250,000 subscribers on YouTube, he's got channels that he's got he's got companies where he's approached them and said, hey, can I check out this £150 phone? And they like, no, and they won't send him any phone. So kind of a shame, because a lot of the YouTube channels that are getting sent out phones, in my opinion, are doing not bad reviews, but they're doing those, you know, quick 3 to 7 minute videos, 5 minute videos that just kind of say, this is the new phone, the camera's good, but they're not really examining it. You know, I'd prefer, like, you know, Tech Tablets, he does like 30-minute long videos and really long detailed videos. And if you're looking to buy a phone, I think those are the kind of videos that companies should be supporting, that tell you everything about it. They don't just say, yeah, the camera's good. But yeah, I'm not full time. I went off on a tangent there, but I am not. Yeah, I'm not full time. Simon, the Redmi K20 Pro has been renamed the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Well, from what I saw there before, the Mi 9T, at least on eGlobal, like if I bring this one up, you can see on eGlobal that the 9T here, unless this is wrong, it's got the Snapdragon 730. I remember seeing some confusion about this, because this isn't the Pro, this is the K20. But the K20 Pro, yeah, this is confusing. I think this is what's going to confuse people. But the K20 non-Pro looks to have the Snapdragon CPU, but that maybe is the only, maybe that's the only difference. I don't know. But what I want to do is go back and just want to look at it. So as far as what my options are, right? So I'm going to a conference. I kind of said this at the start of the video. So for the benefit of anyone who didn't tune at the very start, which is likely a lot of you because it was an hour ago, but my Asus Zenphone 6 was supposed to be arriving today, and then, you know, like about 12 o'clock, they changed the expected delivery time from like today to September. So Amazon Germany have screwed me over. And one of the reasons I wanted a phone soon was because I'm going to a conference for like 3 or 4 days next week, ironically, in Germany. And it's a great time for me to buy a phone because what it allows me to do is take lots of photos and take lots of videos. Normally, you know, I work day to day at the computer. Going out, if I get a new phone, I want to do a video or I want to test the camera, I need to actually leave the work that I'm doing and go out and, you know, wander about, take photos, take videos. But I'm going to be over there taking videos and, you know, taking photos anyway. So it's a great opportunity to test a new phone. So it kind of makes sense for me to buy a phone and test it out there, which is why I was hoping to get a phone before I go instead of waiting a month, which is what happens when you order from China. You've got the Note 9 there as well, but the Note 9 has got last year's CPU and all that as well, hasn't it? It'll be a good phone though. So I kind of touched, at the beginning of the stream, I touched upon some of these. I looked at the View 20. I looked at the Zenphone 6, which is not coming, but that's the one I'd like to. Oh, thanks, Evo. You didn't have to do that, mate. I do appreciate it, but you didn't have to do that. Much appreciated, mate. Yeah, the Zenphone 6, I looked at that. What's everyone got just now? Has anyone got a phone from this year, or has anyone got like a new phone in 2019? I still have a 2018 phone, my Poco phone, which is why I'm looking at a phone. But have any of you guys actually bought a phone over the last 6 months? I know, Evo, have you not bought a few of the older Google Pixels at one point? Ah, okay. No, I do appreciate it though anyway, Evo. Giztop, mate, I haven't bought anything by them yet. Looks like a really nice phone though. Giztop. Right, I'll check Giztop. I don't think I've ever looked at them. The 710 isn't the 10 times zoom one. That's got the 855. So this is the website that Simon is talking about. Where are they based in China, or where are they based? I assume this is a Chinese company. Hong Kong. It's always good when you click on about and there's not an address. Maybe it's under contact us. Surely there's an address. There's got to be one there. Our website uses... Oh, come on. Right. Worldwide shipping. Never heard of this company before. Let's see what people say about them. Have they got a rating? Trustpilot. So they've got, right, so everything's in dollars, so it's unlikely to be a UK website, but prices look pretty reasonable. We've got the 9T Global, the Mi 9. It's kind of weird that the 9T is about the same price as the 9, when the 9's got the better CPU. Ah, so it must be Hong Kong based. Yeah, these are always funny, aren't they? Ordered 2 phones, received 1. I'm still waiting for a valid tracking number. I got this from AliExpress as well. They'll give you a fake tracking number. They'll just make up something and it doesn't work anywhere. And then when they do actually ship it, they'll give you a real one. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they don't just give you, a real one from the start. Sent used items. Extremely bad service. Yeah, I mean, this kind of sums up most of these Chinese websites. It's the price you pay for saving money. Forget it, scammers. Oh, we've got one that was quite good. Oh, we've got a few good reviews there. Ask for factory sealed boxes. They ship my item in an open box. It's always funny reading the reviews of these ones. Yeah, it's always a gamble. But that's, that's where you save the money. You know, I saved a lot of money with the Poco phone. You know, I basically paid half the cost of what I'd pay for, the same specs in Carphone Warehouse for another phone like that. Samsung Galaxy S10, we've got it. Yeah, this is the thing. What I said to my friend when he ordered soon, I said, if you order anything from China, buy it with PayPal credit, because you get like 3 months at 0%, and it means that if it doesn't arrive or there's any problems, you need to cancel it or anything like that, you do a dispute, but what it means is you're not getting £300 or £400 out your account right now. You've got 3 months for it to be sorted, and effectively, your money, your income isn't affected by it. It's not like you're like £300 down. You're like, well, I need to buy another phone, but I've spent the money on that. It's on credit anyway, and then you only have to pay when the phone actually arrives. I think I kind of keep going back and forth. This is the thing. This is the thing with the phone world, is that the minute you click buy on something better arrives like a week later at a better deal. It's like something better arrives. Looking at the phones that I've looked at today, the phone I'd like to get would be the S10 Plus, but with 10% off there, what's that, 71 off that, so you're talking £640 or so for the S10 Plus. But you can get this one, the S10 Non-Plus, for like $460. Refurbished, of course, but it's hard to justify an extra, like £170 or whatever it was there. What did I say that was? 640. Yeah, it's about £170. So an extra £170 to go from the S10 to the S10 Plus. And that isn't worth it, I don't think. I could, I've got the money. It's just, I think at £460, I can justify paying an extra £150 for the S10, with a nice screen and the better cameras. But then stretching towards the S10 Plus, £160, I could buy another mid-range phone at that. So I'd like to get the S10 Plus, but if that was at the 550 mark or something, I'd maybe be tempted. But at that price, it's hard, especially when it's second hand. I'm going to maybe I'll do a comparison. Normal S10 and buy a mid-range Xiaomi. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. That's the difference between it. I mean, this is the thing, if you look at the cheapest phone that's got, if you look at the Xiaomi phones, I've got Snapdragon 855s in them, which is what the Google Pixel 4 will have at the end of the year. Though the Google Pixel 4 will come out at like £700, £800, £900 for the regular and XL version. But the Xiaomi 9 will have the same CPU. And the Xiaomi K20 Pro will have the same CPU, and it will be a third of the cost. And the camera might be better than the Pixel, but it's not that much better. Right, I'm trying to find a comparison here. That's the one I'm looking for. Right, so yeah, it's definitely a risk from China. It's not too bad, I mean, as far as if you use PayPal credit, but the biggest problem is things being cancelled. But hey, Amazon cancelled on me after ordering a week ago. They kept telling me it was coming today, and then at the very last minute said, no, it's not. It's not coming today. Let me quickly check something. Right. So you've got the S10, the S10 Plus, and the S10e. Oh, that's just actually the dedicated page. Right, so the main difference here, obviously you've got the difference in size with the larger S10 Plus. But the real difference here is just the front camera. Like the second camera here, this is the main difference here. 8 megapixels. That's it. That's just this extra sensor. It's a depth sensor, which in theory should make the photos a little bit better for selfies, but I don't know. Maybe the S10's a better option. What do you think, guys? S10? It would be from this one. So it would be unlocked 128 because you've got a micro SD card. Pristine is the only option. And it seems that I can get it in a few different colours. So I'll get 10% off this anyway. Green, white, or black. Probably lead towards the white, actually. Or do you think that's a fingerprint magnet? It could be a fingerprint magnet. Oh, I suppose black's probably worse for fingerprints. So that would be about £53 off of that. So talking 467, whatever. Yeah, that could be one to get. And it says it arrives by Tuesday or Wednesday. I leave Thursday, so that would be good. That should be enough. 30 days return, a year guarantee. What do you think? You think that's a good one to go for? As I said, I do like the S10 Plus, but it's not worth the extra money. It's not worth paying 600 and whatever. £640 or whatever it was. Like specs wise, the only thing is the battery. Obviously, the battery is going to be bigger. Where's the battery? Here we go. 3,400 against 4,100. But you've got the bigger screen as well, so I don't know. Is there actual benchmarks here as far as battery life? 79 hours, 91. That is actually better. That is actually a lot better. Maybe the S10 Plus is the one to go for, but it's not worth that extra money. I don't know. I've not actually looked at the S9, the S10e. I've not looked at that one. Have any of you guys looked at that? 12 and 16 at the back. Yeah, the camera's not going to be as good with only the 2 sensors. Still do 4K at the selfie camera. That's quite impressive. Yeah. I'll need to have a think. I'm not going to think about it too much. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to pull the trigger and buy one of them today, maybe in the next hour or so. Like the alternative would be to buy something a little bit cheaper, like the Mi 9 or Mi 9 SE, and then maybe in a month or two sell it and buy something else. But it's the hassle of selling and then transferring everything over to the new phone, etc. What do you think, guys? Do you think the S10 is a good price at that? Maybe I need to look at some more videos. Or maybe I need, what I can do. Let's see what DxOMark says. I don't always agree with what they say, but it is a good starting point as far as looking at mobile phone scores. Selfie. Right, so the selfie camera at the front here, they've got the Zenphone 6, which is the one I want, but I'd be waiting a month to get it from China, and it doesn't look like it's going to come out anytime soon in the UK. So this is the one I wanted. This is the one that should have came today, and it's still the one I want, if I'm honest, but I don't want to wait a month. Samsung Galaxy S10 5G, and then the S10 Plus. I don't know if they've actually reviewed the S10. It seems to only be the Plus version, isn't it? I don't know if they've got, or maybe that's just selected scores. Where's the S10 without the Plus? They've maybe not reviewed it. That's quite a bad score for the OnePlus 7 Pro in the front camera. Right, so I'm going to have to make a decision on this. I'll maybe watch some videos over the next hour and then buy it. Photo-wise, I think all the phones out in this year, you know, in 2019, I think the photo quality is quite good. It's more the video quality I'm focusing on. This one does look quite good. You know, being able to do 4K at the front video is quite good. But I'm going to have another think. I'm going to watch some videos and then have a think about it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to try and tie up the stream soon. If there's anything else you want to talk about, please do post in the comment area just now. If there's anything else you want me to check or bring up or discuss or go on a wild tangent on, I can answer it or I can delve deep. Yeah, I can't see any other bargains on hot UK deals. It's funny what Evo was saying there, though, that, you know, the difference between the S10 and the S10 Plus is basically the cost of a basic Xiaomi phone, such as the Redmi Note 7 or something. If you were only buying mid-range phones, you could pretty much change your phone every 6 months. You know, just give the other phone away for, you know, your yearly cost would still be like £300 a year. I definitely, if you're talking about pure value as far as getting a good phone that has a good camera, I definitely think the kind of £150 to £200, you know, that kind of range of phones, you know, for Snapdragon 7 series phones, I think that's where the value is. That's where the real bargains are as far as what you're getting for the pounds, dollars or euros that you're paying. I think that's where the real bargain is. When you go above that, you know, you're talking £300 is the base mark for flagship phones. Anything above that, though, you're paying a premium, and you're paying a premium for maybe a larger battery, maybe for wireless charging, maybe for, well, most likely the camera. But it gets a little bit silly. I think at a certain point it becomes a little bit silly that you're paying an extra £600 for a camera. You could buy a mid-range phone. You know, if you look at the difference between a Mi 9 at £300 and then like the new Pixel, whatever the phone will be, the Pixel 4 this year for £900, for the difference in price, you could get a GoPro and another mid-range phone or a TV or something like that. The Redmi Note 7, well, I may be able to show you that, guys. My friend David, or Div as we call him, he's the one that loaned me the GoPro White last year. He's ordered it, but they've still not shipped it. He bought it to go to New York. He's going to New York in a week or so. And he said, hey, I'll give you it before I go. You can do an unboxing and things like that. So I'll be able to do an unboxing of it as far as just open it up and say, there's the phone. But I can't, you know, spend a few days taking photos of that. It's his phone. He will be using it. He will be putting a SIM card in, etc. But if there's anything you wanted me to check on the Redmi Note 7, let me know. I should be able to, you know, show you in that video. Will you be getting the Xbox next year? I might do, yeah. What I've actually been waiting for more than anything else is the second version of the Switch. I've not bought a Switch yet. I'd like to buy a Switch, and I've held out because I've still got games in the Wii U that I've not played, I've not completed yet, and I've still got a couple of games in the PS4 that I've not completed yet. So I'm just like, I don't want to buy the Switch until I've bought these other games. I'm still going through a Zelda game on the 3DS right now. I started playing the other day. I'm like, well, there's no point buying something like the Switch just now because I don't have the time for it. But I would like to buy the second version of the Switch. So whenever the new version of the Switch comes out, I wouldn't mind buying that. Maybe they've fixed some of the problems with it. And I've saw some rumours, maybe at the end of the year, but I think what they normally do is they cut the prices a little bit at Christmas, you know, for the Christmas rush, and then they release the next, you know, big thing, like, you know, a few months later, like March or something like that. Simon, can't go wrong with a Samsung S10. Looks like a decent phone. Good luck with the conference and hope you get sorted with a new phone before you go. Got to start the Sunday lunch. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Samsung S10. As I said, I would like to get the S10 Plus, but I'm not going to pay, you know, when I can get the S10 for like 460, 465, I'm not going to pay 640 for the S10 Plus. I don't think it's worth that for a depth sensor. I don't think it is. I know the photos and things like that might be a little bit better, but I don't think it's worth it. But I'm going to check out a few videos. I'm going to check out a few videos maybe in the next hour. Do some video comparisons, and then I'm going to a wedding tonight, so I need to get a suit ready. Hopefully there's no mothballs flying out my suit. Yeah, I think the Samsung, if it is pristine condition, I won't get the original box and all that, but I think that could be... I think that could be a good buy as far as quality goes. I'm thinking more about the videos that I take, using the front camera if I'm walking about. I don't know what stabilization and all that's like, so I'll need to check that out. Have you seen Microsoft new Flight Simulator? Looks stunning. No, I've not seen that. I've not seen that. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I have seen that Project Scarlet is coming out in 2020. I don't know whether I would go for that or I've had the PlayStation 2, 3, and 4. I don't know whether I'll stick with PlayStation or maybe jump over to Xbox, or I don't. It's hard to justify both. But yeah, they look fantastic. 4K at 60 frames per second. But you've also got Google Stadia coming out as well, £10 per month. But I don't know if you'll get all the top level games on that. I don't know if it's going to be more one-player games. I don't know how Google are going to attract. Take a game like Call of Duty or something, or Battlefield, with where they can release a game every year, and they can get lots of people to buy accessories and spend extra money. They're not going to make money from a £10 a month service. So it might be kind of bottom of the range games that are on the Google Stadia thing, the game streaming thing. Yeah, looks depends on the games. I think what you'll find is, I mean, this happens every generation. The Xbox, the PlayStation 3, from a hardware point of view, was a lot better than the 360. But from a games point of view, I mean, you got exclusives like Metal Gear Solid 4 on the PlayStation 3, and you had like the Uncharted games and things like that. But on the Xbox, you also had Halo, and you had Gears of War, and you had Forza. So I don't know, there's not too many exclusive games on each system. Most games are cross-platform, and when you looked at it from a playability point of view, there really wasn't much difference from a graphical point of view in the PlayStation 3 versus the 360. And it's the same for the PS4 versus the Xbox One. The PS4 technically is better, but when when I'm playing the games on my friend's Xbox One, they play the same as the PlayStation 4. I'm not tied to any one system. I don't like being a fanboy of any particular system. It's all about the games, as Evo says. Depends on the games. So yeah, I'll have a think about it. The next console that I've got coming is the Sega Mega Drive Mini. So that's the next console that I've got coming. I've not been playing too many. Like, the only games I've been playing has been Call of Duty and FIFA with my friends. So it's not like I've been playing a lot of games. But I'm trying to make time to play games every now and then when I can. It's just fitting in the time. Being an adult sucks. It really does. You don't have time to play all the games. I've still got Breath of the Wild sitting here. It's in every video. Sitting here, Breath of the Wild sitting in the Wii U, and I've not completed it. But that's one reason I need to get the Switch, because there's going to be a sequel to that. They're going to get Link's Awakening on the Switch as well. So I'm tempted to buy the Switch just for that. Am I watching the boxing tonight? Not live. Well, in fact, no, I'm not going to watch it live because it's in the USA. I'm going to try my best to avoid the result, which I didn't do with the Joshua fight. A friend who never talks about sports, he contacted me on Discord and said, "Did you see the result? I can't believe you got beat." I'm like, oh, I was literally just ready to watch it. No, I mean, I think Tyson Fury will win, but it's the heavyweight division. You never know. The Warrington Frampton. No, I'm at a wedding tonight, so I wouldn't be able to see it there. I'll see what happens. But I've got a ton of work on tomorrow, and because I'm going to the conference, I need to try and get work done. I'm actually seeing with my friend Div I was talking about with the phone. He asked me to join him. He's going to see this fitness guy who looks at your diet and tries to improve your diet and things like that, and tries to tweak your diet. So I'm going to see him tomorrow as well. So I'm going to be busy. Will the Mega Drive Mini 2 be player online? I can't remember actually. They've released all games. So the games list looks quite good. I can't remember. Yeah, I'll check this. Weather-wise, just now it's okay. But well, where I am in Scotland, it's like beautiful one day and then raining the next, and sometimes beautiful in the morning and raining in the afternoon. Yeah, that's what you have to deal with in the UK. So I looked at this on a website a few weeks ago. So 2 wired controllers. We'll have to buy third-party controllers if you want to do it wirelessly. So the 40 games are here. I don't know if you guys have seen them all. Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania. Echo the Dolphin's always fun. Castlevania. I've not played that one, so that'll be good. Space Harrier 2, which is, an arcade classic. Shining Force. Dr. Robotnik's Toe Jam and Earl. Comic Zone, Sonic the Hedgehog, Altered Beast, Gunstar Heroes. A lot of these ones kind of write themselves into the package, don't they? 2 Castle of Illusion games. I would have preferred they just picked one and then gave a different game. Thunder Force 3. What's this one? Super Fantasy Zone. Shinobi 3. Streets of Rage 2. Earthworm Jim. Sonic 2. I can understand why they got Sonic 2 at the 2-player mode. Contra. I've not played that one. Landstalker. Beyond the Oasis. Ghouls and Ghosts. Alex Kidd. I've actually only played that in the Master System. Golden Axe. Phantasy Star 4. Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition. Mega Man. I've not played that one because I had them all in the NES. Sonic Spinball. Vector Man. Wonder Boy. Virtua Fighter 2. Those graphics are going to be so bad. Yeah, Streets of Rage 2 is there. Alicia Dragoon. Columns. That's actually really good on the Mega Drive. Dynamite Heady. Strider. Strider's an excellent game. Excellent driver. Yeah, Strider's a fantastic game. It's like a kind of hack and slash platform. Kid Chameleon, Light Crusader. I don't know what's that one. Monster World 4. Eternal Champions. Road Rash 2. So, plus 2 bonus titles. Tetris and Darius, which is that's like a vertical. Is that a vertical shooter, or is that horizontal? I'm trying to remember. I think that's a shooter. Thanks, Simon. Yeah, it's a good list of games, isn't it? It's a pretty good list of games. There's a lot of classics. I would have liked to seen, there's a few games I would have liked to have seen, like Speedball 2 and things like that. I would have liked to have seen some of the EA games, or even like NBA Live or Madden or a classic FIFA. I thought that would have been fun, but I suspect EA aren't going to play ball. I mean, as far as the games I've played Echo. I've played that in arcades. I've completed Toe Jam and Earl. I've played Sonic, Altered Beast, Gunstar Heroes. I played Shinobi. I don't know if it was the third one though. Played Streets of Rage, all those. Played Sonic 2. Played Ghouls and Ghosts and Golden Axe. I've not played Street Fighter 2 on the Mega Drive, only the SNES. And I've not played Mega Man on it. So there's a lot of games there. I had the Virtua Fighter. I think it was for the Saturn I had the Virtua Fighter. I think it was the Saturn I had it for. I've played Strider and I've played Road Rash. So there's a lot of games there that I've played, but there's also a lot of games I haven't played. So for me, it's a good mix. There's probably a few games I'm not going to play, if I'm honest, but there's definitely enough games there to keep me interested. But there isn't any information there about playing online or anything like that. You get an HDMI cable as well. Do you think customer clientele was aimed at the older generation, i.e. me and you? I don't know. I don't know actually. I don't know if someone who's like 16 would care about something like this. I don't know if this is just for old farts that want to plug it into their TV to reminisce. Price wise, I think it's about £65, £70. I think I've got a pre-order on Amazon. You maybe get it cheaper. It's normally Smythes or Smiths in the UK. I can't remember which one it is, how you pronounce it. I assume it's Smiths. Normally they undercut Amazon by like £5 or so. But it seems to be £70 in the UK. Pre-order price guarantee. But I think Amazon have got a pre-order price guarantee, and that if you contact them and say, well, it's cheaper here, they'll give you a £5 voucher back or something. So, yeah. You'll see all these are unofficial ones. These ones have been out for years. This is the first official one, but yeah, it should be good. This next one there as well. You've also got the PC Engine one, you've got the PlayStation one, you've got the Commodore one, you've got the Atari flashbacks as well. There's too many of them. This is the first one since the SNES money that I've bought though. But thanks, Simon. I'll let you all know what phone I do order today. I'm going to end the stream. I'm going to look at some videos. Right now, at this point, if I don't see another phone kind of, or any... If I saw the Zenphone 6, I'll have a quick search for that. But if I don't see any other phones available that kind of pique my interest, I might just go for the refurbished, pristine condition Samsung S10, which will be at most about 3 months old, I would say. So battery life should be fine. And resale value should be okay as well in a year's time if I do sell it. So I think that's what I'm leaning towards, and then I'll try it out. It's one of those things though, someone was bringing up YouTube earlier, and one of the annoying things about YouTube is you kind of need to be first with these videos. You always have to release, you need to kind of release videos as soon as a phone comes out. But I've talked about this with the Evo. This is something that Tech Tablets deals with as well, and a lot of other YouTubers. It's quite unfair the way that it works though, because I'm buying things with my own money. Generally speaking, I have been sent things in the past. I've been sent like a tripod and some cheaper accessories, but pretty much anything over £40, £50, I have bought myself. There's a few cheap things that have been sent. I got a cable for the Surface connector, and disclosed that a few weeks ago. But pretty much I've bought everything that's been reviewed on my channel. And the problem is that you can't win. Like the videos for the Zenphone 6 have been out on YouTube for like a month, because all the YouTubers, the top YouTubers, got sent the phone about a month ago, and then I still can't buy it. I mean, I could get it from China, but I'm going to have to wait another month. By the time I got that phone and did videos about it, the phone's been out for 2 months, or the other videos have been out for 2 months, so you kind of lose money there. But I wouldn't be buying it for that. I'd be buying it for myself. But anyway, I digress. A lot of tangents, which always happens on a live stream. Thanks for watching, guys. I do appreciate tuning in. At one point, there was 7 or 8 people tuning in, which is a lot for this channel. I do realise I need to spend more time doing live streams to encourage people to tune in live. But if you've enjoyed watching me live, if you've enjoyed commenting and, kind of taking part, let me know in the comment area. I will try and do more live streams. And if I get the new Samsung phone, again, it would be good to do live streams with the Samsung phone. Hopefully the streaming quality will be good as well. Although YouTube, when you ever do a live stream with YouTube, they do kind of downgrade the quality quite a bit sometimes because of the processing. But thanks Luke, thanks Hugh, thanks Evo, thanks Simon, thanks everyone who's tuned in that's scrolled up at the top of the comment area. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've just been kind of, thinking out loud. This is what this video was, just to kind of talk to you guys and really get an idea of what I wanted to buy. And it's always good to bounce ideas off of you guys. Oh yeah, it'll be a bit. Yeah, what time is it? What time is it over there? Look, you'll be falling asleep. Just really get the sound of the panpipes in for you. Something to sounds of the ocean or something to put you back to sleep. So what, you 12 hours? It'll be like 2-3 in the morning there, depending which part of Oz. 12:22. All right, okay. All right, it's not too well. It's late, but not as late as I thought it was. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the continued support, and I'll let you know how it goes on. Get the bagpipes out. I can't play the bagpipes, but if I could, I wouldn't make you suffer like that. Right. Cheers, guys. It's been a blast. Have a fantastic Saturday. I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care, guys. Cheers.